ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたいバカみたいほんとバカねあんた信じるばかりで強い女のふり切なさの夜風浴びる一人になって3年が過ぎ街並みさえも変わりましたなのにどうして未練だけ置き去りほんまにろくな男やない揃いの指輪外しますざまみろせいせいするいい加減待っててもバカみたいざまみろせいせいするわなんなのよこの涙バカみたい
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and on I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on Ojisan Demon Slayer Corporation some more. And if we open it up right here, I've made a little bit of progress. I've actually not been feeling too hot for the past couple days. But the main thing I got done was final touches. I pretty much clarified what needs to be clarified. Oh goodness, every single time I start. Ugh. I'm got our sample character up here, Funai Hideki, our sample character from above. I guess turned him into a straight example. It's the entire idea behind him is that he can do a lot of different things, and he is very ghost. And he's going ghost. And what I should actually do is put attributes here. There we go. So pretty much this is what a basic character is probably going to look like. I did put at the end, like how much the actual cost was, just because if people were curious. I always feel that's important. And the main thing is that he has a Shinigami, because I'm like, that sounds appropriate for a man who deals with ghosts. So that is pretty much this. I did change up the equations here, because I wanted these to be, I kind of changed the idea behind spirit damage and spirit health to be more about the partner's health and the partner's ability to actually deal damage. Like, for example, here, Hideki here, he's not actually that tough. He only has a 12 in his ability. That's pretty much it. His main thing comes from his honor and his Onizuna. Like, he is very good at making sure his Shinigami is doing the fucking work. And as such, she can actually deal 26 damage, like pretty consistently. She's doing more damage than he is by a good amount. But she is also very wild and difficult to control, so she has a lot less. She has about almost 30 less health than him. But, mind you, he's going to be taking damage a lot more. But also, as, kind of a character like this, he's going to want to start focusing on his own attributes before even really touching her. So, that is how that's going to work out. Outside of that, we have our episode formatting, basic things here. So what we need to do, the overall goal for today is I'm going to do the drama section, which the drama section is pretty much just going to be things happening in story events, story scenes. Investigations, which are going to be things happening in investigation scenes, because those are important. Hello, phone. See, my phone likes to ding every now and again to tell me that I am in fact streaming. And what I'm going to do, because I am a very professional streamer, and I definitely know what I'm doing after about a year of doing this, because... Okay, that's actually a good idea. I uploaded a video today, and every now and again, when I upload a video, people tend to leave comments. And those comments range from insightful to not very insightful. This is actually an insightful one, because he wants me to look. He wants me to look at Ninja Crusade, which is actually a fun little game. Odd game, though. Very odd, for a plethora of reasons. So, we've got drama, we've got investigations. If I can actually spell things right. And the final ones is going to be combat, primarily combat, which is going to be broken down into physical/spiritual, as well as injury. Now, the thing is, all of these are going to lead to the final section, which is going to be, dying in slow motion. I don't know how I want to name that section. But all of these are going to lead to this. And once this is done, the game is pretty much done. Will I get everything done today? Maybe. Maybe not. I really don't know. So, scroll up here. Most things haven't changed. I was debating on actually changing, the how to play. Because currently it's this highest total. And I was debating on adding in a mechanic, which is a lot more about kind of to emphasize the opposed roles nature of the game. Something more like... Technically, I used this before in Fist of Chaos. But pretty much it would be like hard difficulty. Our difficulty check would be rolling like 46. And you would have to beat, with your dice, that amount. The hard part with that is, by technicality, it's hard to do things like that because the characters might be rolling something like, 8D, 8D6, where, and like, how do you balance that? Like, you're way above a normal person at that point. So it's kind of balancing that factor is a little bit weird for many reasons. So, what we're going to do, we're going to ignore our problems, and we're going to move straight on to the drama section. So, drama. So, the Ojisan, during their downtime, or when not on the case, will undergo story scenes, fleshing out their character and the situation in front of them. Yeah, story scenes. Also, if you ever notice why I'm typing F and sometimes it doesn't pop up, there's a reason for that. And the reason is, for some reason, my F key doesn't work half the time. Why, you may ask? I don't know. Fleshing out their character and the situation in front of them. During this time, a character engages in drama. Oji-san may engage in drama. Drama is the rough term for story events. Actually, how do I want to word that? Actions that don't have a clear how do I want to word this? Because pretty much like the idea behind drama is I want drama to be kind of like the I want drama to be something like a quote pseudo combat system. Kind of that idea of like something's going on, you're engaging in some drama, something is happening to you, and you might take a penalty, or something might be going wrong. You're taking damage, you're taking spiritual damage. It's things that aren't really important, but are important. Okay, actually, I know how to do this. Fleshing out their character and situation in front. During this time, Oji-san may engage in drama. Drama occurs when the Oji-san is confronted with an action that their powers may or may not actually be useful to have. Confronting a nurse may or may not actually be useful. Yeah, actually being confronted by a family member about not being present, being accosted by local thugs, or generally having to deal with some of the more mundane tasks set before them. Drama is draining. These moments have a cost. These moments have a cost on a cost on the Oji-san's time and health, as they interfere with their daily life, adding on stress and problems they may not readily be able to deal with. Okay. I clicked the wrong button. Go away. Got some water on me. So let's see. Being confronted by a family member about not being present, being accosted by local thugs, or generally having to deal with some sort of mundane tasks. Yeah. Drama can be bypassed in one of three ways. checks. So it'd be checks, payment. Actually, checks, debts, or there we go. Checks, debts, or stress. Checks. The most simple way of confronting a problem is often to simply do a check against it. Do a check. Has the Ojisan roll their dice in an attempt to bypass the problem. Nice in an attempt to bypass the problem set before them. Rarely, this is as simple as it sounds. Drama requires the Ojisan to split their attention between multiple things, split their attention between multiple things, or require them to hold back their power to not reveal something they shouldn't. When making a check, there are multiple issues to cover. The Ojisan will need to split their dice pool, designating a certain number of dice to each of the various tasks they need to complete. Alternatively, may have to deal with exertion. If they roll over a certain value, often double or triple the value needed, they will overexert themselves. They will overexert themselves, harming themselves by the difference. So, effectively, what drama is at its core, in my head at least, drama is being confronted with something that is a little bit more complex than just, I'm going to hit it, I'm going to look into it. It's, hey, Dad, I need you to pick up all my medication for me. Okay, I can do that. That's simple enough. Okay, go to these 5 places. Like, these are very much Oji-san problems. These are daily life, you must now deal with my problems. And it's drama, it's dramatic. I want them to feel like annoying and draining. Because that's what they are. They're draining. You're taking time out of your day to do something for somebody else. You roll too well, you're doing it too much. You're overexerting yourself. So maybe you don't want to roll all your dice. But maybe there's about 5 different things you need to do and you have 15 dice. So it's like, okay, this one only needs a TN10. So, I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident if I assign 3 dice here. This needs a TN6. So I can assign maybe 2 dice here. But I don't have enough for everything. And that's one thing I want to kind of get across, is that it's never as easy as it sounds. There are a lot of different things when it comes to drama. And sometimes it's just, hey, fix everything in front of you. Like, something is going drastically wrong and we need you to... They scored. Drama isn't a guarantee. Actually, that... Now, in not so subtle terms, This is filler. These are filler checks. These are things that you do by virtue of we need kind of a check here to get some stuff to go on. And it's also a way for you to drain the resources of your players. It is to kind of hinder them in a way and stab them in the gut. It's you taking, knife being like, hey, you're down, you're a little bit not doing too well. Everyone scream, oh no. Okay, so now we need to do debts. So, debts. The Ojisan may also take on a debt. Which has the Ojisan take the value of the drama taking place and reduce their total physical and spiritual health by that much, but not much, until the end of the episode. The Ojisan is paying it forward, harming themselves now for the vague promises they won't have to deal with it later. And we have to, debts don't necessarily have to be strictly health, strictly health either. Debts can be paid with dice as well from their attributes. Shifting off 1 to 3 dice from an attribute. Actually, we should do like 2 to 5. Shifting off 2 to 5 dice from an attribute to represent their exertion and ability to mitigate disaster. Actually, represent their exertion and split focus. But pretty much the main thing is like you're going to be taking it from here. Like this is what it mostly is going to be. It's checks are you're going to do this or something bad's going to happen. You need to drive around town and do all these things. And it could be as simple as, yeah, you're delivering sake to all the fucking Onis in town because you said you would. And that's just something you have to do. If you fuck up, something bad's going to happen. But that's kind of something you have to do. Debts are you're paying it forward. Yeah, you automatically complete it, but it's like, well, now I have to reduce my health, my health and my spiritual health by 30 until the end of the episode. And that sucks, because that's 30 health you don't have anymore. And it's painful. It sucks. Okay, then our final one, which is going to be stress. The Ojisan as a okay. Like, I'm just hearing a ringing. I'm like, wait a second. That's just my fridge. Ojisan as a final option may instead take stress to mitigate the disaster the drama is causing. Stress has as the Ojisan take their means I take stress to mitigate the disaster. I think actually that could work as kind of like we usually stress. Stress is a good one. This method adds on to the total stress. Total stress. Let's see, the Ojisan is taken at the end of the episode. This represents the Ojisan putting in the effort, stressing themselves out, and depressing their abilities as well. This is draining work in general, and generally not well received. This is draining work, but it's finished work. No consequences will arrive from it. No debts to be repaid. No checks to be made. I should say, debts represent the Ojisan taking time to, actually we should say, is dedicating time and effort to their from their day to complete the task. Tasks often hampering their own abilities or focus. These may lead to more stressful situations or their eventual collapse if it's too serious. And then we have the final one, which checks are pretty simple. That's just like you doing it. You are doing the thing. I have to be strictly health. Actually, I should say health dot related. Health related. Debts can be paid with dice. And we got stress abilities as well, but it's finished. No consequences will arrive from it. No debts. Failing the checks. Let's see. Failing the checks invites disaster. Forcing, increasing the Ojisan stress. Stressed by the difficulty set. Let's see, failing the checks invites disaster, increasing the Ojisan stress by the difficulty set, as well as suffering the consequences. As well as suffering the consequences of failure. Why are you heading 3? You should be normal text. If debts. Okay, so we need to put debts on the other page. Checks there. And then we put an image. Okay, we'll put an image right there. We'll put an image right here. Actually, I can put I'll put a side note there. I think that's the right option there. What I should do is side note. Drama is a method to flesh out characters and put stress and actually put some weights on the characters. Flesh out the characters and put some weights on them. hyper competent government workers is great and dandy, but everyone tends to demand that you do things for them. Sometimes you do it of your own volition, your own desire as well. Drama should be used sparingly. With each drama section representing something important to the character or a task that needs completing. Allowing characters to take different options. Make checks debt or stress is key to making this work. And describing it appropriately. The characters are powerful. So actually, the characters are powerful, but not perfect. Go. We put drama in you there. We kind of give an idea of like what these are, as we can put a little thing right there, maybe, or another side note. That could actually be it too. So we have to do investigations. What the hell? Water, drink water, it's good for you. So we got drama out of the way. We need to do investigations next. So investigations. Let's see. Demon hunters are experts at their craft of hunting demons. But that task often requires them to hunt around and solve mysteries about those demons. Without those demons infecting the population. Others. When disaster strikes, the demon hunters are called in. And tasked with finding the culprit. With the let's see. With the rise of the Ministry of Nightlife, the demon hunter's positions have become far less, quote, important to the procedural work. Or in the olden nightlife agents, would that be the correct word? No. Nightlife officers. Nightlife officers are trained in investigation techniques. Actually, in supernatural, we should say supernatural investigation techniques. and techniques, and the ability to find and isolate targets. They are, however, actually we should say, they are, however, flawed. They are, however, not flawless. Actually, far from flawless. They are, however, far from flawless. Demon hunters notice things. They find clues and can reason together. Moments from a scene that may take the ministry days to piece together. Reason together moments from a scene that may take days to piece together. When the demon hunters enter a scene, each one can find a clue appropriate to their highest attribute. Then we have to do their highest attribute or their partners as well. Now I'm using this. This is from a concept from Gumshoe. Now Gumshoe is actually really good, even though the company that makes it's kind of stupid. But the idea behind Gumshoe is that you will find what you need to find. That's it. Like, you're going to find whatever you're looking for. Because you are a trained investigator in Gumshoe. That's the entire point. You are a trained detective. You are a trained individual at finding things you need to find. You don't need to make a roll to find that someone dumped something in the trash can. That's not the point. The point is, you need to put together the clues. And you will get everything you need immediately. You can automatically see everything you need to see. However, you may not be able to find some of the little details. That's where checks and that's where answers come in. I remember I put out a theoretical, and someone posted this image that I thought was interesting, and it was just like, well, you can obviously see that it was a man. Okay, they had a chalk out there. A man was dead, and there was a bottle of wine next to it. And he was like, well, this is an obvious thing. The player's going to look at it and be like, he was poisoned. And that was that. Half-drunk glass of wine. He was obviously poisoned. That's that. However, you have to everyone's going to be able to see that. That's the point. Everyone can see, like, okay, what's going on here? However, the doctor's going to go down. He's going to lean over being like, okay, I can tell immediately he was poisoned. That's the easy part. But I want to inspect his eyes. You open his eyes up. He makes a check, his medical check, and he's looking through. He's being like, okay, this poison is asphyxiation. Like, it literally closed the man's windpipe. Like, he struggled when he died. Like, this wasn't instant, just died on the ground. No, he was struggling a little bit to breathe. This would not be a quick death. Okay, so that you can chalk that up. Okay, like, obviously it was either there's some interesting things here. Like, was it misdosed, or what was actually in the body? So the doctor has something to do later. We got to find out if that was dosed right. The detective is looking at that and he's being like, okay, where's the bottle from? Okay, well, this bottle of wine, you investigate, you roll some street knowledge, you roll your skill, and you're like, okay, this bottle of wine shouldn't be here. This is shit swill wine from halfway across town. Why is it here? Interesting. We have now a question to ourselves. Okay, what do I know about this wine? Make a check. Hey, wait a second. Okay, this wine is effectively sold only over there in, like, shitty locations. Like garbage bin grocers. No one of this caliber would have this wine now. We immediately put together something interesting. We already have all the basic clues, but now, through our own skills and abilities, we've discovered some more information. And that's one thing I want to kind of emphasize here, is that getting the initial information is easy. That's why this is going to be a thing. Each one can find a clue appropriate to their highest attribute. So, for example, Funai here. Funai, when he enters in, pretty much when he enters into a location, he immediately is going to know some shit be related to his partner, because he has an Onizuna of 16. He is a, pretty much a resident ghost expert when it comes to this shit. He's going to look at it and he's going to think about it, being like, okay, I've closed my eyes, I'm thinking about it for a second, being like, demon-wise, the fact there are no spirits here, whoever did this, either this was fast and dirty, or this spirit was immediately exorcised, or maybe that thing is still around and we can't see it, or it left. Okay, the ghost is gone. The ghost of the person murdered is now gone, and we need to find them. Or maybe that's maybe that was planned already. Or like, hey, this is definitely like not spirit related. Like immediately, you can tell that immediately. Like, this occurred right here. A spirit didn't do this. This wasn't a ghost or anything that did this. This was someone did something they shouldn't have. But what I want to do is then you can start asking other questions kind of based on any of your other attributes. So that's where that aspect comes in. You're asking other questions based on your other attributes, except your highest, because your highest is your highest. You damn well know this. However, you're going to be leveling down. So the Onizuna may be 14 in a few sessions, and then his honor would be the highest. So his question would then be honor-based instead of Onizuna-based. So it's kind of that back and forth of like, as your abilities dwindle down, what information you're going to be getting is going to start changing, because things are getting better, things are getting worse. You're beginning to learn. You're beginning to kind of fail as well. Your body is failing you just as much as it. So, when the demon hunters enter a scene, each one of them may find a clue appropriate to their highest attribute. These clues are pivotal, and important to the case. Important to the case, these are not obvious clues they can find by simply observing. They already have those clues. That's fine. But these are important. Like, these are things that you immediately know. Actually, during the investigation. Actually, during the investigation, the demon hunter may choose any of their attributes, except their highest, to make a check related to it. To find additional clues. They may add any experiences they wish. They may add up to two experiences they wish to the check as well. They may add up to 2 experiences they wish to the check as well, allowing them to piece together information from prior history, or gathered intelligence. Actually, which states I should put in, each demon hunter may do an additional one of these. Actually, I should say is, demon hunters may find clues unique to their person. The director should state how many times each demon hunter Hunter may make an investigation check like this. I'm calling it. Actually, no. I want to do this a little bit more elegantly. Demon hunters may find clues unique to their person as well. However, time is short, and they have a mission to do. Once evidence is found, the hunt is on. And then we have to do hunting. Hunting spirits is just as complicated as investigating them, as they are tricky entities bound by their own rules and logic. Powerful, actually, I should say, is weak spirits. Weak spirits rarely have the comprehension to understand what they are doing, and can be manipulated if need be. Strong spirits are the most dangerous. As they have a degree of intelligence about them, which allows them to act. No, let's see. Act without obeying their nature. All spirits, however, are still bound by their own instincts. Identifying, if I can actually spell identifying law. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Oh goodness. Let's see. All spirits are still bound by their own instincts. Identifying and understanding individual quirks and desires is essential for trapping them. Each spirit will have at minimum one of these to entrap them. Powerful spirits will have more. Upwards of seven. We'll have more. But be able to hide them better. So the entire idea, what I want to go with here, I'm going to put this in a side note as well, probably, is we're hunting a ghost. Okay, we know this is a ghost doing this. We know this is a Yurei. How are we going to find it? There are millions of ghosts. Well, we need to find out what it is. Okay. We know the victim was frightened to death, effectively. He was dead terrified. He was frozen in fear. Frozen in fear, says the one demon hunter, is it a Buraburu? So it's like, okay, let's think. Is it a Burabura? Is there any Buraburas in town? You're going to spend a scene hunting around for them. You're going to start talking with people. Go to places that you think that they may frequent. This is where kind of the investigation aspect comes in. You're spreading out, you're thinking, you're asking questions. You are trying to find an answer to the equation. And you maybe find out, like, yeah, it's a, there's a powerful Burabura. Like, this isn't the first time we've seen a case like this. We thought they were just regular murders before, but it adds up, effectively. So, let's say, like, Hideki, for example. Hideki's like, okay, we're fighting a Boro effectively. Like we need to find these. We're pretty sure he's going to start making He's going to start making like honor checks to start consulting Yurei in the area because he knows what he's looking for. I mean, where are the we know there's a Boro hanging about. Have you seen one? You know, are you dealing with them? And some of them are like, yeah, no, there's a Boro. I'm like, yes, there's this. Okay, we know where they are. We know how they we kind of understand how they operate. We know they are attracted to people who are afraid. What are all the victims thinking about? Well, let's investigate the victims a little bit. Someone's making a vision check. Someone's making ability checks. Someone is using their spirit to do something. You know, people are investigating and doing things to solve the crime, to solve the issue at hand. There's a Boro who is killing people, even though she shouldn't. Oh no, this isn't a thing that you should be doing. This isn't you. You shouldn't be able to do this. So let's find them out. And eventually it's like, okay, we've come together after a little bit of time. We understand kind of what the thing is. There's a terribly powerful Boro. She is hiding in the old district. She's preying on people doing drugs, effectively. These guys are getting shit-faced off drugs. We need to find her before she kills another person, effectively. Where does she hang out? Well, we know she hangs out in the old city. In this really old section of town. Okay, we know that. We're kind of investigating around. She likes preying on these drug guys. So where are we going to go? Well, we're probably going to start hanging out and trying to find her. Okay, I think we found... Oh, I think we found her. Let's consult the local areas. Let's talk to these ones. Let's talk to them. And eventually, it's kind of that final confrontation of you burst in and she's trying to eat someone's fucking face off. It's like, yep, no, can't do that, bro. The point is not necessarily to just like walk up to them like, I'm going to fight you. No, sometimes it's like we need to like understand where they are, how they operate. And some of them, and like that's kind of like where the strong spirits are most dangerous, have a degree of intelligence about them. What do you do when you're trying to fight a god? Like, here's a local deity in this town, and this local deity is causing issues. They're hunting people. Something has gone wrong. We need to figure out why. Why are they doing this? And we know, okay, we know that she only comes out at night. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait till night to actually hunt this girl. We know that this thing loves to eat food. It loves big, meaty, raw food. So what are you gonna do? Not? You're not gonna... You're gonna need to find some big, meaty food. That's an entire thing. I'm just like, we need to find stuff to pretty much agitate this thing so we can hunt it. So... Okay, so next we are going to do Combaterino. Actually, combat. The most obvious type and most expected. The most obvious type and most expected type of Actually, the most obvious and expected type of confrontation is combat. Demon hunters leaping into action. To slice and dice a spirit act. To slice and dice a demon acting up. Well, actually, when combat begins, when swords are drawn and combat begins. Each actor in the combat. Each actor in the combat. I should actually add in another derived attribute, shouldn't I? No. Each actor in combat will add together their ability plus Kenjutsu. Kenjutsu or power. That's another one we want. The Kenjutsu plus ability, humans. Let's see. When Sword of Drawn combat begins, each actor in the combat will add together their abilities or power times 2 or power times 3 to ascertain their position in the initiative. This represents how quickly the actor is moving. Actually, no, we want to do 2. I think 2 is the most appropriate. And then this represents how quickly the actor is moving and when they will be acting. Initiative is important issues are important. As a single swing can spell death for the unwary. Actually, for the unaware. Battle. When an actor wants to attack another, the two will engage in a duel. Dueling has both actors splitting up their attack dice and rolling them to determine. Dueling has both actors rolling their attack dice, rolling their dice. Dueling has both actors rolling their dice in an attempt to be the successful party. Attackers will roll their Kenjutsu. Attackers roll their Kenjutsu / power, while defenders Kenjutsu plus power, while defenders will roll their it would be ability. It would be ability or envision, or their control. Defenders will roll their ability or evasion / control. If the attacker is successful, they deal physical or spiritual damage. Damage plus what damage value. They deal physical or spiritual damage, in addition to how high they rolled over the amount. Plus, in addition to how high they rolled over the amount, the defender, as well as their initiative difference. Initiative difference if they are higher. So, what this is effectively going to be, let's say for example, we have a Oni attacking. He's going to be rolling power, and let's say he has a 12. Let's say he's a 13 in his power, and he's going to be doing physical damage. The entire thing is he's going to beat the ever-loving shit out of you. That's what he wants to do. He wants to hit you with his giant club to break your spine, because he doesn't care. His job is to break your spine and laugh at you because you are lame. So that's what he's rolling, and we're going to be rolling, and he's going to be rolling his power. Let's say, so actually, let's say he rolls that power, and he's versing our defense, and we'll say actually we'll use we'll use him. I only have an ability of 10. Actually, I had ability. I will use Hideki here. He only has an ability of 12. He's not. This isn't his thing. He doesn't want to get into a fight like this. And so let's say, for example, he rolled, let's say, 13d6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, no. So, in that insane roll, he rolled 60. He had 60 on his power dice. He rolled a 60, and like, what do we roll? We're gonna take one away. We're gonna roll again. We rolled a 46. Where's 46? He's beat us. He's dealt his damage. He has got a power of 13. That means he's going to do 13. Just raw damage to us, plus the difference here. So this difference would be, looking at this on the top of my head, would be 14. And let's say he had an initiative bonus of 3, plus 3. So he would be doing 30 damage to us. Which seems like, wow, 30 damage, that seems like a lot. I have 120 health. Not that big of a deal. Like, it's not going to be lethal. And it might say like, wow, you rolled a 60. Oh, wow, you rolled this. It's pretty meaty. But it's also like, this isn't even like peak performance. Peak performance, you're going to be rolling like 15. And even then, he rolled pretty damn well. Like, all things considering. Now, taken to the fact that, let me just do like a regular, like, this is a competent human being. Competent human being rolled a 14 on this. You can kind of see why demon hunters are powerful. Like, this is actually a pretty strong, Oni as well. So I've taken 30 damage. Like, these can get pretty high, and that's on purpose. Because I want them to feel very damaging and very unfun. Like, fighting is not fun, but you can also do, let's say our Kenjutsu, like, if we were to do full physical damage, let's say we were to hit, and we do full physical damage, we do 22, plus whatever the difference was, plus that, even here, like, if he wants to roll his full, like, I am going to attack you now, with everything. He would be rolling his Onizuna plus his power. So he'd be rolling, let's say, give me 1 second. I need to get my full dice here. Very important. I get my 26d6. I'm going to roll my 26d6. Oh, I rolled 108. Fuck you, fuck yo health, and fuck everything you stand for. But that's on purpose. And these are the kind of rolls I want to see. I want these big, disgusting, awful rolls to completely destroy everybody's hope. Because slowly, these are going to start tipping down. And I want these to chip down. Eventually, even those big rolls, it's going to be 66. Roll 17 on it. You didn't really do that well. What I want. You start powerful, and you will, not really slowly, but like, you will quickly start degrading in quality. Let's roll initiative. Let's see if the attacker is successful, as well as their initiative difference. If the attacker has a higher initiative. If the defender is successful, They deal physical or spiritual damage. Actually, they do physical damage. So I should say they counter with their physical or spiritual damage. Spiritual damage of what's being targeted. So, for example, you are, let's say I'm an attacker. I fail to hit you, but I'm hitting your physical. You're going to do physical damage right back at me. That's why defending is like, combat is scary. You want to have these guaranteed victories. Like, yeah, let's do it. Now, the disgusting thing is where it comes to sword arts, because sword arts, if we remember real quickly, if we go right up here, let me see. This bonus doubling the value of all the dice rolled for a check, similar to their tail, or about a particular sword art. Oh, wow. Sword arts themselves can be involved during combat to double the damage dealt by the Ojisan Demon Hunter. That's what makes sword arts really painful. If you have a right sword art, you can probably end a fight immediately. Just chop that fucker in half, because, hey, I rolled and I did 37, I did 30 damage to you. I did 60 damage to you now. Or, hey, I doubled my damage. Oh, well, you know what? I already deal 45 damage to you. What if we just make that 90 damage? But you also have 100 some health, you know, that's meaty hits. As a defender is successful, they will counter with a physical or spiritual damage of what's being targeted. Actually, so spiritual combat. A demon hunter may call upon their partner to assist them in battle. Directly. They will add their Onizuna to their power, resulting in the hit. Resulting in the attacking dice pool. If they are successful, the same results occur. As if they attack. If they attacked, yeah. Well, the partner resulting in actually Onizuna to their own, resulting in the attacking dice pool. If the defender is successful, actually what I should say is the partner may only attack. Actually, no. So why wouldn't you just do anything and just add Onizuna plus power? Why would you do anything else than that? Unless there's going to be some kind of drawback to it. Yeah, okay, actually, I know it. I know it. Resulting in the attacking dice pool. This is incredibly stressful, however. This is incredibly stressful. Doubling the amount of stress the demon hunter takes from the attack. Not non-battle actions. An actor on their turn may make the choice to perform an action that is not dueling. This allows them to perform. This allows them to do simple actions. Consume items. Actually use items. Or let me see, what would be another? Actually, or use their tamashis. Tamashi, is that how you fucking spell it? Personal city living. Tamashi, yeah. Or use their tamashi abilities. Demons receive two actions on their turn, while Tamashi non-battle actions. So actually, what we should do is spell the words are drawn when it is their turn on the initiative order. On the initiative order and the descending. So yeah, it'd be descending initiative. If I can fucking spell initiative order. When it is their turn on descending initiative order, the actor may perform an action. Demons, not spirits or demon hunters. Not demon hunters or humans. May perform two actions. May perform two actions of their choice. Representing their raw, inhuman rage toward the situation, toward the characters, toward the demon hunters and the surrounding area. So pretty much demons are just, that's how I'm going to try to at least mitigate some of the more common issues when it comes to these games, which is action economy stuff. So pretty much demons are going to be able to do more things. So they're going to be able to like beat Bash Bish and, you know, really kind of assert their dominance, while your guys are going to have less actions to do it individually. So they're going to be able to, you still are probably going to have more with like 3 demon hunters versus a single demon. You're going to have more, but luckily you're going to also have a little bit more to actually use. Actually, I should say it's exercising. When the demon is at critical health, some sub-10 spiritual or physical, actually physical or spiritual. Was that critical health? 10 to 0. Physical or spiritual health. They may be exercised. Actually, what I should say is, when a spirit or demon is at critical health, 0, they may be exercised. They may be exercised, permanently removing them, actually destroying their spirit, destroying their self, and banishing them back to either a place of power, or eliminating them completely. Exercising takes 2 full actions. 2 actions to complete. Once completed, the spirit or demon is eradicated. Now, the idea is you're going to be surrounded by things probably doing this. That reminds me. Actually, attackers may split their dice pool to perform multiple attacks on a single action. So it's kind of a forcing the defender to split their dice pool as well. So the idea behind that is, let's say for like Tamashi, like actually our boy over here. Yeah, Hideki over here, his entire thing is that he doesn't really want to do that. He's not actually that good of a fighter. He has to almost entirely rely on the Shinigami and, to actually do these things. That's his entire thing. He has to rely on her to do things. And that's what he spent his points on. He spent his points on building her up to be very powerful and influencing who he is. The issue is he's not going to want to do it. However, if you spend a lot in Kenjutsu, a lot of them, and a lot of those different kinds of abilities, you may want to split your dice pool up. Because if you think you can hit twice, you're going to be doing your full physical combat damage twice. And actually what I should say is forcing defenders to split their dice pool as well to defend. Once all of the damage is calculated at the end. So yeah, all the damage is calculated at the end as the final damage. So yeah, if you're smart, you're going to be starting splitting up your pool to do more things. However, if you have a smaller pool, you kind of want to just do one big attack because you have the higher chance of rolling over because the range increases pretty significantly, and that's what you're looking for. You want to do higher ranges rather than higher chances. Because if you can pull it off right, guess what? You can rip someone in half. If you pull it off poorly, you're not going to do any damage. But you're not going to do any damage regardless. So it's like, do you want to get this damage? It's in addition to how high they rolled over the defender and the defender's check. Do you want this damage or do you want this damage? Most of the time, if you have a high dice pool, you want to get this because this is going to be pretty high. This is going to be guaranteed damage. Or do you want to kind of gamble a little bit with this one? That's kind of the change here. And I'm putting this note here, all damage is calculated at the end as the final damage. You can use a sword art, you can use a sword art at that point and double that. So if you have a 20 saves your damage and you hit 3 times, do 60 damage, hey, guess what? Fuck it. Trigger a sword art and now do 120 damage and absolutely rip someone in half. So exercising is eradicated. As long as spirit or demon is not exercised, it will slowly recover their physical and spiritual health. Spiritual health at a rate of 10 a round. Yes, will slowly recover their physical and spiritual health at a rate of 10 a round. If it were to reach, if either of their health reach full, they are brought back. They are brought back into the fight potentially. But the healing on their other health bar is stopped. But the healing ends. So pretty much the idea, if you have a spiritual health of like 10, you're going to go down quickly. That's the entire idea. But if you're ignored, you're going to come back. But if you have a physical health of 100 and a spiritual health of 10, and you have 0, and you get reduced to 0 physical health, you're going to come back next round with 10 health. And you're going to get your shit rocked. But if you have more, you're going to come back more. So that's kind of like you want to mix and match that damage a little bit. And that's one of the ideas, is that you can't just reduce something's health down to 0. Because if you reduce their physical health down to 0, they're going to heal a little bit and get right back up. So you need to reduce their spiritual health a little bit. Then you need to reduce their physical health a little bit. Then you need to reduce their ability health. Like, you need to reduce them down to really break them down. Hence why you are able to do so much damage, is because you are expected to. Like, this stuff is dangerous. Like, you want to knock people down, and you really want to punish them. Punish demons who do naughty things, otherwise known as existing. The only good demon is a dead demon. Okay, so exercising. I'm gonna put a footnote. Actually, if a has full spiritual health, but no physical health, but 0 physical, they will rejoin the fight next round. Next round at 10 physical health. At 10 physical health, as they have, quote, filled their spiritual health. So, combat is pretty meaty, a little bit strategic. It's kind of the lead up to the combat. It's called the confrontation for a reason. Like, it's the lead up to this grand showdown, forcing you and the opponent to kind of make these decisions of like, okay, do I really want to, how much can I fight here? Do I really want to fight here? Can I afford to? Can I do this? And that's what I kind of want to do. So dice pool over the defense check. Okay. Next, I'm going to put in the injury and death. Every demon hunter has wounds. Deep scars that heal poorly, revealing them to friends or family, not knowing or expecting it. It can often leads to terrified gasps or revulsion. Demon hunters are durable, but not immortal. Many of them through the ages fought and died to the demonic, to spirits, demons, and bandit, and regular people. The characters, the Oji-sans are no different from their forebears. When a demon hunter's health reaches physical or spiritual health, spiritual health reaches half of its total value. They're in a critical state. Actually, they are considered injured. They are considered, always half its total value. They are considered injured. Injured with bloody wounds, or ghastly marks upon their skin. When a demon hunter reaches single digits in either of their healths, neither of their hells, they are in a critical condition. While they may still stand, then they have the opportunity. They have the choice of going unconscious, and taking themselves out of the fight. If a demon hunter ever reaches zero, they are dead. DEA dead. They are dead. Having fallen in the line of duty. Fallen in the line of duty. Duty to their country and their compatriots. Actually, what I should say, I'm going to make this medium. For 20 stress, a demon hunter can have the demon hunter's partner can intervene on their behalf. Can intervene for a moment, rendering a lethal blow down to one health, down to one of either spiritual or physical health. The demon hunter, a demon hunter or their partner can intervene for a moment to protect the other, rendering a lethal blow down to one. Rendering the lethal blow. They are knocked unconscious during until the end of the fight, to which they are recovered. So, what this effectively is saying, what I'm trying to get across here more than anything, is that you, as a demon hunter, for 20 stress, and 20 stress is a lot of stress, by the way. Like, that is a significant chunk of your health and your ability to kind of persist. If we take, for example, here, pretty much anyone down this way is immediately going to be you're going to lose all your volition, even if you're here you lose all your volition and then some. Here you can kind of deal with this once or twice, but you're gonna hemorrhage it soon after. And 20 may not seem a lot, but if you take 20 on your 50s, your training is going down. You're losing a fifth of your training. Or, hey, you're losing pretty big chunks. You're going down effectively an entire rank of training to do this. And this is on top of everything else, mind you. So you could be losing 30 experience doing this, and that's taken off your abilities, but you survived death. That's the idea. Yeah, so I'm actually going to put that in the ending notes, I think. Forebears, unconscious, knocked unconscious. So you've got a little bit of room to maneuver. You've taken a punch to the face. You are out. Like, the thing is, a demon hunter is never going to go down from basic fist fight kind of thing. Like, you're not going to get into a fight and you're going to lose that. No, that's going to be a drama section. You getting into a fist fight with a bunch of punks and having to pay a debt of 20 health or something. But 20 physical health when you take 30 damage on if you're lucky on a regular hit. That could be pretty bad. Like that's a chunk of health that you don't have anymore. Okay, so all right, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. So we've got derived apple juice. We got. I don't think I'm going to do heirlooms. I thought about doing heirlooms. I just don't think I could do heirlooms. So, all right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it here for today. About an hour and a half. That's decent. Not great, but it's decent. Now, I'm going to call it here for 2 reasons, though. Is, one, I want to double check some stuff. Because my big thing is I'm actually debating on changing the actual core mechanic up, as I kind of stated before, but it's kind of difficult to understand. That, and I kind of want to just do a double check on everything before we finish things up. I want to make sure that this game kind of works the way I'm like seeing it working. And it should work, mind you. Everything should. And I kind of want to put in some more like little aspects of trying to get this idea, the little bit more of the cinematic stuff. So the main thing what we need to do is we need to do the Ravages of Time and Effort. Pretty much the stress system. We need to do then the Ministry of Nightlife Agent Creation. Pretty much just your ability to make characters in case you fucking die. And what was the other one that I was looking for? I believe that's it pretty much. Those are like the main things that we really need to do. Actually, no. I need to do enemy creation. Actually, yeah, we'll just do spiritual and demon creation. Which is just going to be like a basic monster system. Like, this is just going to be some numbers to make sure that works. So that's all I really need to do at this point. There's not much else I need to do. I just want to make sure everything is working the way I want it to. And if I'm feeling good about it, I might actually even do a stream tomorrow to finish everything up. Just to wrap everything up in one big thing. If I'm not feeling good about it, I might wait till Monday, and then we can kind of delay till then. But overall, thank you. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. I write games for fun. I will see you all maybe tomorrow, depending on how things go, but definitely on Monday. So thank you, and I will see you then. Goodbye. Also, check out the YouTube video. I am away.